It's me and Ben Pakulski. We're here just talking about some nutrition stuff. I'm getting some advice from him on basically what type of foods I should be eating to basically help me put on more size. But particularly though, I want to get his point of view and his advice on putting on lean mass, because I can put on a lot of size, but a lot of times I end up getting a lot of fat. So basically, like we were talking about, man. So right now I'm about 192, give or take, sometimes 193. I want to get up to about 200 pounds and put on roughly about 5 to about 7 pounds of muscle. And as you know, I'm making videos all the time, so I still gotta stay lean. That was kind of like the challenge I was talking about. Is I haven't really found a way to be able to put on a lot of size without like losing my abs for a little while. What do you suggest is like the best way to put on 5 to 7 pounds and still keep abs?
It's a lot easier than you think, man. People make it so complicated because they don't understand the basic science behind it, right? It's really, really simple, man. Most people go, well, I want to eat junk food, or can I eat junk food, or should I eat junk food? And they think calories are calories are calorie, which is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
If you want to gain muscle mass, you have to ensure your body is recovering, is synthesizing protein. Ultimately, right? You need to make sure you're always building up protein. You're always anabolic and not breaking down protein, catabolic. As we spoke about yesterday, it's a switch. It's either on or it's off. So you're either anabolic, building protein, or you're catabolic, breaking down protein. One or the other, right? So if you want to build muscle, you absolutely must ensure as many times a day as possible that you're igniting that anabolic switch, right? You're synthesizing, you're turning on that protein synthesis switch. So what we spoke about yesterday, you need to take it, and people go, well, how do I do that? Is it complicated? Do I need carbs to do that? No, you don't need carbs to do that. Carbs are not going to help you build muscle. Carbs do not build muscle. I don't care what anybody says, anybody thinks, carbs will never help you build muscle. The only way to build muscle is with protein. Carbs can help fuel workouts. Carbs can help you prevent protein breakdown, but carbs will never build muscle, ever. So, protein, protein, protein. Taking enough protein. You don't need massive amounts of protein at once. You need enough protein frequently to stimulate protein synthesis.
So, and then you're talking about with that leucine, making sure that every meal has what, 5 to 7 grams. So is it? It's
between, depending on your size. So the average person like yourself probably do 3 to 4 grams, maybe 3 to 6 grams. For myself, I'm up around 9 grams per meal suggested.
Is there like a certain type of metric for body weight, or what do you think? Because I know we're recording this, so the guys watching.
The average person is probably about 160, 170 pounds, or maybe even less than that. Needs about 3 grams of leucine to stimulate the switch. And I mean, it's one of those things scientifically that's kind of arbitrary, right? Because like, how do you know? So you're taking a guess. So they assume that they know it's between 3 and 9 grams. So take 5 for yourself, 5 to 6 grams. You're covered, right? It's not a bad thing to take a little bit extra. It's not going to hurt you. So how do we get 5 to 6 grams of leucine in your case? Well, you can either supplement with leucine. Great. You can supplement with branched chain amino acids, or you have to take in the right type of protein that has a certain amount of leucine. So the best sources of leucine are going to just be meat. Eggs are great, whey protein. The big mistake people make, and I've done this myself, is taking in vegetarian proteins. You have pea protein, hemp protein, rice proteins. They do not have, or even soy protein. It's terrible for you. They don't have enough leucine. So people are taking in 40, 50 grams of leucine or of protein, like, so I'm going to take it. I just had to switch to vegetarian protein. Awesome, but it's doing absolutely nothing to build muscle because it doesn't have the substantial amount of leucine. So either you supplement with leucine in addition to your protein powder, or add some BCAAs to it to make sure you get a leucine switch, because you do need the substrate protein there. You need the substrate amino acids, which is essentially just like a pool of aminos in your blood that must be there to ignite that switch on top of the leucine.
So I guess for vegetarians, if they're eating all the different types of vegetarian protein sources, they can supplement BCAAs or just straight up leucine.
Straight up leucine. But you have to make sure you have enough substrate in your system.
Protein.
Substrate just means like protein or amino acids floating around your blood.
And so for normal guys like us that just eat regular meat, there's no really particular type of meat that's really good, because they all have different amounts of leucine. So
it's been shown that egg whites or eggs and whey protein have a higher amount of leucine, so you need less to get the actual switch. But other than that, like fish, chicken, lamb, beef, whatever it may be, all has about the same. They all said to have about 9% leucine, somewhere between 8 and 9%. So I mean, eating a massive amount of protein isn't going to ignite the switch twice. It's all just on or off. Right? There's no is it going faster today than it was yesterday?